Let's compare investing in your 401k versus investing in real estate. Why do I always pick real estate? It's got amazing tax advantages. I apologize ahead of time. I'm going to have to look over at my computer a lot. There's a lot of numbers we're going to be talking about. So for a 401k, you can invest, the max you can invest is $22,500 a year. So we're going to assume you save for 2 years and you invest $45,000 in real estate or $45,000 in your 401k. So if you do it in your 401k, it's pre-tax. So you invest the full $45,000. We'll assume 8% compounding annual interest. Every year it goes up 8% from now for 30 years. That doesn't happen. That's generally never happened when you assume no down years, which can be a killer. But for this one, we'll assume 8% compounding interest year after year. The future value of that $45,000 is $450,000. Let's assume that you pull it all out 30 years from now. That would make your average tax $32,000, and that's based on current tax brackets. That's assuming that over the next 30 years, the tax brackets never go up. After tax, that value is going to be $306,000. If you live by the 4% rule, which means that you can pull 4% out every year and hope that you die before you run out of money, kind of a morbid thought, you could pull $18,000 per year for the rest of your life according to the 4% rule and be fine. Now let's look at real estate. Pre-tax, $45,000. You're going to have to pay tax on this because you're not going to put it in your 401k. After tax, that's going to be just under $33,000. That would allow you to purchase a home of $164,000. So a little starter home, perfect as a rental. Let's say you make $200 a month after you pay your mortgage on the rent. That's pretty conservative. So you're going to cash flow $200 a month. We're going to assume the rents don't go up between now and then. So you're going to accumulate $72,000 just in the cash flow from the rent over these 30 years. If you assume, just like we did in the last video, 3% appreciation year over year, the future value of that home 30 years from now is going to be $400,000. You can refi that. At that point, it would be paid off by the renters, not by you. You could refinance that amount and pull out $320,000. Your rent would also go up over those 30 years. We'll assume the same appreciation rate, 3%. So your rent is going to be $2,900 a month. So if you don't do anything, if you just leave it alone, you leave it paid off, you don't touch the equity, you don't pull the $320,000, you have a paid off house, and you just take in that rent, then each year, remember this is compared to the 4% rule, which says $18,000 a year, your future rent would be $2,900 a month or $35,000 a year. And remember, this is real estate. There's all kinds of ways to make that tax free. So the future value of the home is $400,000. You've made $72,000 in accumulated rent, the margin that you make over and above the mortgage. Just the future value is $472,000 versus the 401k at 8% compounding versus the future value of $306,000. This is why we love real estate. This is why we love tax advantages. Check out our website and go download our free ebook called Financial Domination.